Hello and welcome into Sorare with Laird. I'm Andrew Laird. Almost couldn't even say my name. It's so hot. Sorry. Joined by Harry Trades. Harry, we were just talking about this. It's so hot I can barely speak.
Yeah, it seems like it's melted your brain cells.
I saw all of the comments. I was going to call them complaints, but I'm going to call them comments about how hot it was in the UK last week. And they were like, oh my gosh, it's whatever. Like, let me see. Let me use my Fahrenheit to Celsius translator here. They were like, oh my gosh, it's like 26 degrees. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that's hot. And then I saw what that meant. And I was like, oh, that's nothing. Today, for those of you who use Celsius, it's supposed to be 37 where I live.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I can barely speak.
Yeah, that's a lot. Right now in Cardiff is 20 degrees. So compared that to your 36, basically. So basically double.
Sounds lovely. Sounds lovely. Yeah. And as I've learned from the internet, water's just not enough, Harry. It's just not enough by itself. So you need more. And still waiting for those electrolyte sponsorships to come into the channel. But until then, we won't speak about them. Thank you to everybody for coming in. Anyan, Harry Trades, and Stefan on the podium. Halligan said Harry is not allowed to take a podium, but I see it right there.
I mean, there's no T's and C's.
There are literally none. Carrie, what's up? Getting in early, which was, let's see, 57 minutes early. When will the member stream from yesterday be available to watch, please and thank you? I mean, for members, it's been available since it happened.
True.
In fact, it happened live. But if you look at the channel, it may be available now.
Should be available, yeah. I was going to say, it's been 24.
Yes. I mean, well, is it 24 from the start, from the end?
Now that gets into like how you feed babies, the whole like when the bowl starts, not when the bowl ends. And
that's exactly
right.
Yeah. That is such an adult comparison, Harry. Well done. Well, way to be an adult. Hoodwink, what's up? JPS, if the answer is no of the can you still trade on Sorare, will Harry have to change his YouTube name to just Harry?
It's kind of, yeah, I've been a bit of an imposter for a while now, haven't I? Since, although I had that name before Sorare. I did it. I was Football Index connoisseur for a while.
Sure.
When I was just making Football Index content, and then I sort of neutralized it and just tried to think of something that's to do with me, obviously my name, and then something that's like to do with a platform that I was, playing, and it was trading. So I was like, all right, that's all you could do really on Football Index, really. I mean, yeah, just buying and selling. That's all you could do.
Yeah, and then losing.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little over from somebody who never played. In fairness, I have long said that the only reason I didn't play is because it wasn't available to me.
I was going to say, yeah, Canada. I think Canada had availability. It was like a random European country as well, outside of the UK, obviously, and yeah, strange.
Okay. You can rebrand to U23, Harry. Oh wait, you barely do that too.
Stop it.
Although I say that. And now all of a sudden we're buying U23 uniques.
I couldn't be more back. Like there's no other category of card that I can buy that's like, showing how back I am. But yeah.
So when you sell that card in like 3 weeks for double what you paid, you'll be like back because you'll be like Harry trade U23 trading Harry. Totally back.
I hit the trifecta.
Yeah, exactly. So Soul said it's never been about trading cards, just trading wild Sorare strategies. That could be it as well. JPS, what's up? Anya. Oh wait, sorry. I lost.
Is your chat like doubled?
Yes, it does that sometimes. It drives me nuts. Drink more water. No, I mean it's not just water. You need more. Surface, I do have AC, but like I also like to go outside, and I don't know. Sometimes I got to go places.
Fair.
You need to get sponsored by, is that a cucumber supplier? They're good for electrolytes. Are they? Simo, what's up? The Sorare manager formerly known as Trades. Agent Cooper said, dead is fast becoming the most overused word in Sorare discourse. Love this line. Classic cards are dead. Trading is dead. My lineup is dead. Okay, that one is true. Nothing is truly dead whilst Sorare still exists.
I don't know if that's true or has been true for Legends. Legends died.
But they've been resurrected, Harry.
I know they're back. The ceiling, yeah, no, they are back.
Contraband says drink more beer, I guess.
There's probably more electrolytes in beer than there is water.
They're probably, you know what? There's that like super low alcoholic or no alcoholic beer. What is it? Athletic.
Oh, really?
What is it called?
So they're tapping into the athletes. I like it.
Yeah, athletic brewing. That's what it's called.
Wow.
Revolutionizing beer for the modern adult by proudly brewing great tasting craft non-alcoholic beer and hop infused sparkling something or other. I didn't click through. Yeah, I don't know why.
A macronutrient breakdown, or is it?
I don't have it. Didn't look. Rivals is also dead. Oh, good point. Good point.
Rivals is dead.
Of course. Oh, R.I.P.
Right.
Got to give the hat back.
I know.
Of course, Laird has AC if AC stands for Armani cards. Got too many of them. Pickle juice is my go-to for electrolytes. So I just learned about pickle juice electrolytes. There was a Major League Baseball game recently, and the pitcher was like cramping up.
Yeah.
And they brought out these 3, they look like the 5-hour energy bottles, but they were pickle juice. Huh. And he downed 3 of them.
Wow.
And then kept playing.
Because I know beetroot juice is like really good for you. Like I've drank it before. It's not very nice, but it's juice and does things.
There you go. Escape Priz, hello, balling some hay in sunny California.
Baling hay, Laird. Come on.
Baling?
It should be baling, right?
I don't even know. I grew up in New York City, man. I don't know anything about it.
I've baled hay. Don't worry. I've done it. Yeah.
Here or in Wales?
No, in the US.
What does that even mean?
I used to work on a horse farm in the summers, like when soccer was finished, and yeah, I'd shovel shit, bale hay, and there used to be like horse shows, basically, like they're jumping over fucking whatever, and
yeah,
we're making the jumps and stuff. But yeah, we used to bale hay. So like, yeah,
is that where you put it in like that huge? It's not.
You
like
put it into like, well, we do it in squares, but you can do it in like rolls as well, I guess.
Yeah, rolls.
We have them have them in squares, and we just throw them up to the attic, basically. And it was very tiring, and it was very hot. And your hands, like the calluses, if you didn't wear gloves, which I didn't, would be ridiculous, like insane.
From like a rake?
No, from like the wire that they use to like put the hay in the box, or not even in the box shape.
Yeah. Interesting.
Agent Cooper, I'm from Cardiff. There's no baling hay in Cardiff. I can tell you that for free. If you go like an hour outside, maybe, but I've never even gone to a farm in Wales, like genuinely. I've seen them, but I've never. Sure. I don't know anyone that has farms or whatever.
Baling hay is not quite the conversation I was expecting. Same, I mispronounced it no less.
I didn't know how to spell it, but that's what I knew he was getting to that. I just didn't know. I genuinely don't.
So, yeah, maybe it was the misspelling that got me. Although no, it's spelled correctly.
Me and Escape Priz are going to bond over our baling. Fun. Farms ever in the valleys. That is true, Dobbsy. That is
Harry Bales?
Harry Bales? Gareth Bales?
Who needs Harry Wales when you've got Harry Bales? Philly Dilly said I had decent luck trading last season. I think you need to know what cards you want to dump. Think of what kind of gallery would want that. Find that gallery, then which card you would want from it. That's interesting. The only bail in Cardiff is Gareth.
That is true.
So Harry, I think I might become a trader.
Yeah, you've flirted with this idea. Like you've sent me this message a couple of times in the last 5 years where I'm like, okay, do it, and you just never, you've never obviously followed through with the plan, which is fine because I do think it takes a bit of thought on. Because I think you did a show about it, didn't you, a few years ago, and it was like I'd only won the good cards basically. Like I remember that distinctly being the case.
So this is where I want to throw some details out here. I have no interest in being a dumping ground for bad cards. In fact, I don't actually want to trade at all. I want to buy cards that I think are cheap and sell them for more. That's how I want to trade.
I get it.
And I'm not going to rebrand myself on Sorare as Lairdinho trades 125% or whatever people want now. Philly Dilly said Laird can never be a trader. He loves his cards too much. So I think that's why I haven't done it. I think there was a big part of me where I would buy cards thinking they were undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the value went up, I was like, well, now I get to just use it for cheaper than everyone else because I bought it previously.
And the
Like,
satisfaction of like, I knew.
exactly. Like
You
I
know?
wanted to, I victory lapped every single one of Hasbulat's decisives this past season because I was like,
Yeah.
well, I bought his classic for $2, his in season for $5, which they're probably like a quarter of that now. But the problem that I've always had with trading on Sorare, which, and the irony is that I actually always loved trading, like trading cards for cards. Like that was one of my favorite things to do, which like doesn't really work anymore. I think bots kind of like almost killed that, as weird as that sounds, because we all use them for that reason. But I would get a card of somebody that I thought was undervalued. They would become either appropriately valued or overvalued. And I was like, well, I could just get more from playing this card. And now I'm just not sure that's the case anymore.
It might not be. I think the thing that comes to my head straight away when you're saying, your contemplation there is, could the fact of, or could you buy multiple of that card, still victory lap the one, keep the one, or victory lap them all, sorry, keep one, and obviously sell off the multiple, whether you've bought 2 or 3 or whatever. I think that now becomes, well, it's all about the price points these days. Like years ago, you couldn't do that on, 5 Haaland. You could probably do it on 1 Haaland, right, at best. And yeah, okay, you could maybe double your money, go from 500 to 1,000. That's insane, right? These days, the prices are just a lot smaller, and like the margins are higher, I would argue, in a weird way. Not all the time, but like the percentage could be higher. Like a £2 card it can go to £10 quite easily. It can, and that's 500%, right?
Yeah. So that I think was actually the reason I never did it, because it was like, why am I going to buy a card for $10, sell it for 18, and lose the opportunity to win 20,000?
Right, and like, what are you going to do with that $18? I know you can like accumulate it, whatever, but like, you're not going to find a card for $18. You might if you've got someone lined up straight away, but the chances of you selling that card for $18, having someone to go into the market and find an $18 card that you think's a $30 card, like it gets quite tricky. Like, who else you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's safer, and like you said, you're in, you've got a ticket to win the 20K just by keeping him, which is like less work. Like,
So
that's the problem with like only buying the one.
Yes. Mike said, serious question. Is football.fun strategy fueling this current thinking? I don't, not consciously, Mike, but maybe. Dobsy said Zincernagel went from £5 to 24 at one point. Yeah, which I actually sold my in season.
And that's in season, I guess, right? But like,
I won the in season. So I think the reason why I feel like trading is so. The reasons why I always struggled with trading was, one, like it didn't feel like the raw margins were high enough that like to buy a card for $10 and sell it for 15 just wasn't worth the time to have to do that like over and over and over and over again. But now that like prize pools are lower, and I say lower in respect of like cash prize pools are still like you can still win like $3,000. Like I'm not buying a card for $5 and selling it for $3,000. Like I know that will not happen, but it feels like we go in to in-season competitions less with, I'm going to buy my cards and then I'll win the next week. And then I win my $3,000 and I'm ahead. But like, I think we all know that, as weird as it sounds, we feel this rush that we have to get our money back before the end of the season, but also like we have the entire season to make the money. And so if you're thinking of, I'm going to buy cards, and let's just say you play it to the extreme of I'm buying cards right away, like early access, like pre first game to maximize the utility. I'm giving myself from August until May to make this money back. I never would think that far ahead in Sorare. Like you're like, I'll have this card for years, but like because this time frame was so long, like you never really thought of like how much time it was. And so it felt like each game week was your like opportunity to make your money back. And yes, that's the case now, but I'm looking at cards now. It's June 24th. And I'm like, I think these cards will be more expensive in July and August. Let's call it August, just to give like not even 2 months. And like that used to feel like a long time to me. And now it just feels like nothing. And I'm like, can I actually make more from now until May or August until May? Basically just like flipping cards and have that be more profitable than spending all of the money for in-season cards right away at peak prices and just grinding the whole season, hoping I get back to zero at some point.
I mean, yeah, in a weird way, the second thing that you said there is it's not trading because you're not like turning over the cards, but the trade is like winning the money back, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
like you're trading your upfront capital in like accumulating the cards, and obviously you're trying to get back cash from Sorare in that sense. Where the first thing you said was, yeah, basically just hoarding a load of cards right now, but buying a ton up and then maybe offloading or definitely offloading them before the season starts. I mean, yeah, the Zinc and Knuckle sort of example, like it does work. Like you will get cards that just start slow or like had a bit of hype, like he did start the season. He had old in-season cards, a bit funky, but anyway, obviously didn't really do too much for, let's call it 10 games, and then goes on like a 5-game like heater. Like those are the things that cause players to spike in price, as you can probably see by that. So like, yeah, started off pretty hot.
Sorry, this is classic.
Right, but yeah, I'm sure the classic goes up as well. Like you can tell their early season hype, which makes sense, dip because like he just weren't playing well, and now he's gone on a bit of a heater, and he's back in form. If you're buying him in that dip, like there's definitely a 500% to make on him, basically, especially in limited, not only in super in season, sorry, but in classic as well. It's possible because you had one, didn't you? You won one.
I won a Zinc, and sold it with Zaha. Which I bet doesn't show up anywhere here because it was both in the same deal. Zinc might be a tougher example because he has forward, like some of his
it's tough.
Some of his cards are midfielder cards, but like this is kind of the idea. And I'm just not sure. Like I think I would have made more money buying, and obviously I'm gonna like take the easy route here and just be like, oh, if I had spent $40 here and bought the cheapest one, and I sell it for, well, actually that wouldn't be for 77. Although I think that's I feel like I'm not going to find one 47. So maybe it doesn't change that 56. Like, would I have actually earned $15 with that Zinc card otherwise?
Well, probably
in this time frame.
In that, yeah, probably not. Maybe, but I think the relevant thing to talk about here for me is, does this work? Yeah, Graham was a really good in season example as well. As far as like it happened in the season, it wasn't like a before season hype type of thing. It was just like a whatever, he's a card, and then it was like, yeah, he's the guy for a few months.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, as far as what I think is relevant now is like, can you do this with classic European cards in the next 6 weeks? Like, can you buy a rare card for £1 and sell him for £8, but buy 10 of them? Like, I think it's a possibility. Now, okay, what causes that to happen before the start of the season? It's obviously a favorable move, right? Really, like that's kind of the only thing I think. And when by favorable, I mean like crazy favorable. But then at the same time, we still don't know. Well, we kind of know where cards are going to be outside of champ, but like, I don't think we're going to see that sort of movement on all-star cards, contender and challenger, because I just think people are just going to be like scared in a lot of ways. But I think it could happen to cards that go from champ and go and get like a crazy contendery or all-star move. I think this only happens if the prize pools are out. Like, I think it's very hard for this to happen, or like an 8x from £1 to £8. Like something incredible has to happen, I think, for that specific example. But to go from £1 to £3, like, are you asking too much? Some things might not. It might just be a case of like, I've bought 10 of the £1 card. No one else wants to sell them. They're rares. And I just start drip feeding them at £3 because like, I think they could, they were decent last year. They're going to be hopefully decent this year. Like maybe not much has changed in that scenario, but you're just kind of, what's the word? Like exhaust, like you basically exhaust the market. Like there's none out there basically, and
Yeah.
you're the supply at that point because no one else wants to sell. They're in collections, and you just go, okay, well here's a little Ryan Manning, but you have to pay £10 for it, and I bought it for £7. Like, but you need to do that at scale. Otherwise, it's just like you said, you can't get out of bed for that. Unfortunately, not many people can. If you've been ages and you've got like big galleries and whatever.
Yeah, so that's actually why I was just never thinking about it in limited, because it feels like no matter what you do, there's always going to be dozens of other cards for sale. It just seems like the market is almost too liquid for buyers that you won't get any sort of bump. And so I looked at it from the rare perspective. But I think part of that is also because I don't want to try to do the volume at the limited level that I would need to make it up. I don't want to buy $51 cards, and sell 50 of them for $2, even though like that works.
I'm also going to $50 profit, but but is there 50 buyers from? Like maybe
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There
like
might be,
maybe,
but it feels like there are definitely 50 sellers, and I would prefer there to be one seller, and it's me.
Yeah, and you have all 50. Yeah,
right. I think I'm going to push back on something you said about like a move. I actually don't think it's necessary, and you and I talked to Andreas a bunch, and he's gone big into like buying classic cards and stuff like that. But I think there are a number of players right now that I just look at this price and I'm like, knowing what's on the market now, and maybe it switches when it pops, meaning there'll be more sellers, but like some players I look at and they're just like too cheap. And I actually don't even look at, like, I'm not trying to find Hasbulla now. I'm just wondering, like, is Rafinha too cheap? And I'm kind of in this boat of, the only reason I say he is because I think he's still one of the best players in the game. And I just never think he was ever priced like it. And when people start gearing up for the new season, are they going to look at Rafinha and be like, boy, he's pretty cheap, and have that cheap be like $30 cheap or more expensive than when I bought? For the record, I haven't bought a Rafinha. # not financial advice. But I don't know, it just feels like, why not try to take advantage of what we know is just the extremely slow period of Sorare?
I think it works at both ends of the market. Like not only like the elite cards, like you're saying, Rafinha, but like the best case of Rafinha, you buy him for £120 right now. That's like what he sold for last day. 4 days ago. Like what does he get to the day before Barca play and like somebody FOMOs into him? 180, like which is like the £60 whatever, like profit. Like that's a lot. That takes you 60, $1 limited flips or whatever. Like it just depends how you want to look at it that way. I'd rather like put it this way: Vanaken's £20 right now, for the rare. I buy 6 Vanakens or I buy 1 Rafinha, and I have to, and I sell both sets of those day before each game. Player plays. In that specific scenario, I think Rafinha is going to, like, I'm going to make more profit on the Rafinha personally. I only have to sell one of them.
So it's obviously like there's more risk with, well, actually, I don't know if it's more risk. I was going to say there's more risk with Rafinha because like if something happens, like you're out on that card, but like
fine, if he gets
something happens with Vanaken, you're out on 6 of them anyway.
Right.
Don Q said Nico Williams might eat into Rafinha's minutes if that transfer goes through. So I actually think that's why Rafinha's like price is lower than I think it should be. And I also think it's absurd. Like Rafinha was literally like a Ballon d'Or finalist. Like
Rafinha will play centrally though. That
won't find minutes for him. Yeah.
I mean, it might be a worry as far as like avoiding like it's always a worry in that sense. But like Nico is a winger, where Rafinha can definitely play midfield, like number 10, and be probably even better. And he kind of did a lot of the time last season. But yeah, he will eat into people's minutes in the higher part of the field for Barcelona if he comes, obviously.
Yeah. Anion, this was a couple minutes ago, said buying good players from bad teams is mostly a good flip when you then sell them before they're easy matchups like an Eze or Burmo. I mean, I'm not even thinking about like good matchup sales,
because that's like an in-season-y thing, as in like you do that whilst the season's starting. We're on about like pre-season. What can you trade basically before the season starts? Buy now, hold 6 weeks, like what the prices look like, and I think we've seen players' prices creep up a little bit. I think Rodri was one that I was looking at a little bit. Like he's gone up 30, 40 pounds or whatever on last sale compared to like, let's call it a week, 2 weeks ago. In rare that is like, yeah, it's just so hard to. It's so hard to predict because we still don't know prize pools. Like you're taking a gamble on a gamble, aren't you? In that sense,
Right.
like you're gambling on like Rafinha being more expensive, but like there's going to be external factors affecting that as far as like how Sorare, sort of show us, what's to win and how to win it and stuff. And it's not just on like the ability of Rafinha scoring good points. Like, I don't think that's that's not a question. Like we kind of know that's going to happen. Really,
Right.
it's more like, what's the infrastructure around him? Like, how valuable is Rafinha scoring points in the game? Type of thing, or good points in the game.
Yeah, Mike said that earlier. Are you also gambling on the full details
you
of the
are.
announcement at this time? Yeah, for sure.
I've always liked that part of Sorare, though. I know, like, changing the goalpost, like, is not something to be like proud of or happy about, but at the same time, like, it does give the market some sort of shake up sometimes, like the legends maybe this time round. I know we've seen them drop. I saw you speak about that yesterday. Like at least this shake, like there's a little earthquake sometimes, and things move and go into different places for better or for worse.
Yeah. Bullstar said the best one at the moment is a goalkeeper moving clubs and becoming a starter, especially U23. So the one that popped out at me was Alvaro Valles, who signed for Betis. He was at Las Palmas, didn't play most of the season. Do you have one of these?
I had one for like 2 years. He didn't play the whole season.
So I'm looking at this and it's like, oh, you can see this like huge drop. This is clearly an outlier, like $5, but like he's basically in the 35 range. People are buying him now at 48, but like
he'll be probably $60 before the start of the season, I'd say.
So that's what I'm getting at here.
Like, double. Like it is double. Like, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, I had a U23 goalkeeper transfer to hopefully a playing situation. So Astrolaga, remember I bought his Super Rare for, you might not know what I paid for him, but 7 months ago, I bought Astrolaga's Super Rare for £62 off Velez. He was like selling a load of cards. And he's Barcelona beekeeper. And today it's been announced he's going to Granada, who are in La Liga 2. They do have a couple of goalies or whatever, so I don't know if he's like guaranteed he's going to be the star, but like, I mean, there's one for sale for £400. That's not going to sell, but even like the rare right now, you can buy him for. There's one up for 33, one up for 70. Like there's not many cards of his is kind of the issue and a good thing. Like people are buying him for £10 in February, the rare. I know there's one up for 30, but like if you're gonna know he's a star, like he's definitely 25, 30 quid, probably. 3 extra money, but like that's February. Like that's a long time.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Robert said, I think buying the big scores when they don't play and sell them just before the season restarts will always be a thing. The FOMO is just too big. What's actually funny about that is I would argue that maybe if they continue to don't play, but I think this is where like I insult most of the Sorare community here. I think the biggest factor, literally the single biggest factor in what people want when they buy cards is L5. And I think if you have like champ players with good L5s and people start the next season, they're like, oh, I need a forward for whatever. Who are the top ranked players? And you see an L5 of 73, that card's going to go up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
like I'm absolutely convinced of it.
100%. Yeah, people buy scores. We know that. We've all done it. Yeah, we would never disagree with that for sure.
And the funny thing is that you could make the argument that good players with low L5s and L15s are more helpful, are more important because of cap modes.
Right. One thing that I think helps if they're going to keep it this way, but like, you know how cap modes right now don't have XP or anything like that? Like that kind of gives every version of a card value in a way. Like that's really clever for the secondary. I don't know whether they've meant to do this and it's just a byproduct or whatever, but like if I'm looking at like buying a Rodri, like a Man City Rodri, like, and the cheapest up is like 0% for whatever reason. Like if I kind of know, okay, in my head, I'm going to play him in Arena Prem or Arena whatever. Like it doesn't really matter what his XP is, which is like super clever. If I don't know whether they meant that on purpose.
Yeah.
If it continues, but like that does really give merit to people like not shying away from like the low XP cards. Like obviously you want high XP if it's the cheapest, but like if the cheapest is just low XP and you can't really do anything about it, it's the only one up. Like it shouldn't deter you from buying because we have Arena, which doesn't do XP and whatever collection bonus. I think if they keep that, like I genuinely think that really helps the secondary, like really helps it.
Completely agree. And I would also argue that it's easier than ever to add XP to cards anyway.
Fine.
So like,
yeah.
You could probably
especially
get
the starts.
What's that?
Like obviously it's hard to get from like level 7 to 10 or whatever, but like the first few levels are quite easy.
Right. Like I bet if you bought a Rodri today, you could get it to level a 0 XP Rodri today. You could get it to 5% by the start of the season.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
If you, obviously if you had the XP, but like a lot of people have, like there was somebody in my Discord who said they won 20,000 XP this past game week. And I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Ed A said Freeman and Bearhalter both had huge price jumps this season in MLS. Could have made a nice profit on both, close to 10x. Yeah, totally.
They came out of nowhere though, like obscurity, really.
Yep. Anion said I bought a rare Pickford special card for 92 euros because I thought that was way too cheap. Like, I agree that's too cheap. Let's see what it.
I mean, I don't know if it is for goalkeeper. Like that feels like quite a high-end keeper. It does off. Yeah, if you're looking off the market. Definitely cheap.
What was it? No. Satonio bought one for 86.
Of course.
Oh, your name. What are you doing? You could have sold that for more. Anyway, Skate said I did that with a Salah rare. Assuming Classic will be able to use in Prem in season. Feel like the really good Prem cards will go up in price. Pickford even being for sale is too cheap.
That's funny.
Andre said, I would say it's mostly a gamble, a prize pool gamble. Like yes, but again, if people are like, there will be people who play. You don't need everybody on the platform to want the cards you're selling. You just need a couple people. Don Q said, I flipped 2 Rodris, but got in very early, like halfway last season.
Yeah, that's like an extended version of what we're sort of planning here.
Yeah. I got Saka and Rodri on injury for decent discounts. Was buying to hold them, though, not flip.
That's why you go buy multiples.
That's right. Don Q said, I think someone mentioned this in your Discord as well, but I got a couple Keith Smits, young U23 kid from AZ who looks like an absolute baller for the future. That's not even what I'm talking about, but like I get that too.
Yeah.
By the way, nobody mentioned the U23 is also dead.
Well, if U23 dead, then the whole of Classic's dead.
Schlotterbeck, due to his injury, is way too cheap right now for being one of the best champ defenders. How much do you think? Do you know how much he costs?
No, I really don't know. He's gone off my radar big time. I'm going to say $100 at least.
$100 of these. Harry, the floor is $100.99.
I genuinely haven't looked at his
absolutely
price
incredible. Last sale $98.32.
That's hilarious. But then I go, well, what's like Jonathan Tah? I bet he's pretty expensive just because of the buy and move, and he's already started really well.
$40 for a classic.
Wow. See, like, is Tah going to be 2.5x worse than Schlotterbeck? I don't know.
But like you could have bought him for $20,
May would have that. Yeah, maybe it was known at that point, to be fair. Yeah, it would have been known. Yeah, I mean, the starting under 23 keeper one is definitely like we've known that to be a thing for a while. It's been since the platform sort of.
Yeah,
I was just going to say there's a Stuttgart keeper that I won, Dennis Seaman, and he's gone to somewhere in Bundes 2 on loan. I was just going to see what his price, as the news broke a couple of weeks ago, he was like he was at £60 floor. I don't know what it actually sold for, but his floor right now is 50 odd. Someone paid was 2 months now. No one's really bought one. So yeah, maybe they don't think he's going to start or whatever.
Agent Cooper said, I know podiuming in Classic was almost impossible, but I do think the removal of cash for podiums in Classic will stop a lot of cards from increasing wildly.
I wouldn't disagree necessarily. Like, there was a nice carrot. Like, I was excited to play Classic Champ last season for that reason on certain game weeks. Yeah, no, I wouldn't disagree. But the flip side to that is, like, we know you can play a Classic Smasher in season. Like, that's what I think gives validity to the Rafinhas and the Rodris and the Kimmiches even more so. You know, because why would you pay £1,000 for Kimmich in season when you can buy his classic for 300? Okay, collection bonus, but like if he's high level, then that doesn't really matter as much. And that's the big thing. Yeah, Andrea says the in-season utility is the value driver, not the podium cash. For sure, it definitely is. But like most classic cards aren't being used in season. Obviously, you can only use one, and you're probably only going to use the big boys there anyway.
Right. Jamie said classic cards will only keep going down. It's just an in-season pyramid scheme at this point. We're just talking about like you can use classics for in-season.
Yeah, they do have external utility, obviously outside of classic. But
I mean, you can win classic. You can win cash with. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm not sure. Can you do that with the summer edition cards? Can you win cash in the Coliseum? Yeah. That's cash, opposite, or no?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
use, like I'm using 4 classics right now with my boy.
I was going to say, here's one of my lineups. Thanks, Claudio Ramos. But like,
I know
this is 4 classic cards. Well, I guess 3 Ramos technically, like 3 classic cards that I'm not winning cash with. But
I wonder how they could do that for in season next season though. You know, like because obviously special edition cards is the one. Like I don't think they would just allow one in season.
Yeah,
I don't. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Sellers UK said you're not going to talk about the court case and the fact that the game might not even exist in 3 months. I mean, I have nothing to say about it, so that's why I don't talk about it.
I don't know if the case is. It was like a preliminary thing, wasn't it? The actual, when everyone thought it was like June, whatever. It was like not the actual case that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a lawyer or a legislator or a regulator. I don't have a clue what it is. So no, I'm not going to talk about it. Also buying backup MLS goalkeepers that play when the main starter goes on international duty is also a pretty lucrative opportunity. Yeah. So Nep was doing that, bought all these limiteds and then basically like forgot to list them each week. And he's like, it's too much work.
Yeah, you probably need somebody on hand to do all that. But he had like the amount of backup keepers that have started this season in MLS is actually absurd. Like Inter Miami went through like 5 keepers. Like it's kind of wild.
If a goalkeeper gets a move to Bundesliga 2, surely their price goes down.
You're right. Well, yeah. I don't know what's worse, not playing or playing in the Bundes 2, to be honest. They're both comparable.
Yeah. Let's see. The prices will go to 0 because there's a lot of field players and goalkeepers for champions and all-stars. So just don't buy the players that are going to go to 0. Also not financial advice.
Yeah. But then you're not taking into account arena there, really. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, there's only 9 goalkeepers needed for All-Star Champ and under 23, let's say. Maybe 12. But then arena's going to... Yeah, a lot hinges on arena. Like, if arena's really good and there's no XP and stuff, I think that gives validity to, like, every card. Low XP, high XP, whatever. Like, they all have, like... As long as they score, decent points and stuff. I mean, like most variations of cards will have some sort of value as long as arena has like cap modes and prem modes and uncap modes and everything mode, like that gives the possibility for people to FOMO into the extra card that they need. If they've got 4 and they need 5 to play arena. And I really think that could like really help. I'm not saying price is just going to 10x. I don't mean that. I just mean like there's going to be activity at a minimum, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be just to see how. Yeah, I think I was going to say, I think the biggest gamble is like the gameplay.
Yeah.
But I also think like, is there a situation where the gameplay comes out and they're just like, you're not going to want Rafinha? Now you can make the argument like, of course you want Rafinha, just not at this price. You want it at a much lower price. And it's like, that's fine. I get that.
I mean, it all depends on like what their in-season card, like comparable cards are going for, right? What's an in-season Rafinha going to start off at?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it starts off at $700, I'd rather a classic for $200. Depends what the multiple is, I think, on those big ones to make them really interesting. But again, it's a lot's going to hinge on the prize pools. I mean, optically, they're not going to look the same as last year because of the streaks. Like, let's just have it right. There's no way. There's not going to be $3,000 at the top of Prem in season in rare because there's hot streaks baked in. Like I just don't see them giving us the $3,000 and hot streaks. I don't see it at all. So it just depends on how people view hot streaks then, I think.
Toby was just asking that.
Here we go.
So what do you think about like the hot streaks not paying out at each step, and you get the ticket to like the contest at one point?
I think the contest thing is massive. Like, I think that like at one point I nearly got, like, I was on the third streak in MLS. Like, I almost hit it that midweek when it was like the final week to hit it type of thing. And yeah, I was really doing whatever I could to try and get in. Like, that caused a lot of market movement and stuff. And I thought there was a lot of FOMO involved, and like that was like a thing. Like, I really enjoyed trying to like aim for that. I don't know whether that can be the only carrot. Like, I think there needs to be like cash along the way, or whatever they give out, cash, cards, and not cards, but market credits, whatever. I do, yeah. I do think those are exclusive, but they need to be like set in stone. Like, we know there's 4 this season. We know there's 4 Premier League in-season special comps.
Agreed.
1 every quarter, like shit like that. Like, it needs to be planned out. You can't just tell us, oh, there's going to be one pretty early, and then there's going to be another one, like, I don't know, whenever, but before the end of the season. It's like, well, we can't quite, like, we don't know how to plan for that, whatever. I think, yeah, the special comp thing is something they have to tap into if they can, as part of the streaks. But I also think, yeah, there needs to be, like, as much as like the 5th streak's going to be like, I don't know, $1,000, let's just say, like, no one's hitting it. Like, let's just have it right. It's so hard to hit. Like, I've played in MLS. I know how hard it is. And like single league comps, okay, I know MLS is single league, but like there's loads of teams in MLS. Like, you've got to think.
Yeah.
It's like 50% more teams than in the Prem.
So the reason I brought up the whole like take the each step prizes out, because I basically have two thoughts on that, but I just wanted to sorry, where was that comment here? Here it is. Philly Dilly said, 1 classic being usable for streaks does not move the needle a single bit. Like, I couldn't disagree with this more. Like, I'm now for MLS, like, I have a classic Messi, and now I'm playing that instead of fucking Oriana or something. Like, right. No offense to your boy Luca, but it's like, I think it makes a huge difference. But I was wondering if we had this, like you said, we're going to have a contest at level 3 and 5, and we're going to do that in October and December, and then whatever. If they did that, and it wasn't, so I have a problem with the idea of, not the idea, but like the streak concept versus just a threshold, to be honest. That, and I don't want to take everybody take this as threshold of like reach a certain score and you get money, but this having to do it in 5 consecutive game weeks, it's almost like an acknowledgement that you have no idea how the football calendar works. Right. And that like midweeks, if you have your star players, they play Champions League and the rest on the weekend when you need your streak, and you're just like totally fucked at that point. Sorry for swearing. But like, I think if they changed it, so instead of like having to hit it 3 consecutive game weeks or 5 consecutive game weeks, it was just like, you just keep going until you hit it. So like, if I hit it the first week, great. If I miss it the second week, I don't move. If I hit it the third week, then I move to step 2. And just like, until you get there. But like, I have to get to level 3 before the tournament. And if I don't, then I don't make it. And I almost feel like that would, from their point of view, having that, like, more people are going to reach it, you would think, if they did that. But it obviously takes longer. Like, some people never get there, never get to step 5. I will never get to step 5 in MLS. I haven't even got to step 3 in MLS. But I'm not even sure if I would have gotten to step 5, even if you counted all of my weeks instead of not just the ones where I was doing it consecutively. But I feel like if they got rid of the requirement to do it like consecutively, and it's just like, when you reach it, you get to the next step, trading that for not getting cash or market credits at each step, I feel like is a reasonable compromise.
It is, but it just depends how much those special comms dilute the weekly prize pool then. Yeah.
Sure. But
Like,
it's like, yeah, like we don't know if they're giving out more cash like with each step versus what they gave out for the big competition. But
I mean, going off MLS, there's no way they are. Like, in my head, like, just as a rough
right,
guess,
no chance, right? Yeah.
there's just no one's hitting it. DK, and it was insane. Like, it was like Dre had to score in like the 90th minute. It was just like pandemonium, which I guess like that should be the case for like step 5 maybe, but like it's so hard, especially if we don't have champion season as well. Like for champ cards, like it's not the pool is the single league as far as we're aware right now. Like there's only so many teams in that league every week that have like a smash matchup,
right?
If that, like in the Prem, like you might find 1 or 2 every week at best.
Yeah, like I wish it was like something that I talked about more, because I feel like it's just a reasonable, like the having to do it consecutively it's a game mechanic set up for failure.
Yeah, especially with how, like you said, with how football works, how rotations work. Like it just doesn't it doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't. The thing you said needs to come in. Where like you just stop at 1. Like if you get to 1 but you miss it the next week, you're still on 1.
You're still on 1. Yeah,
it has to be that, because it's just, you're just up against it massively is the best way I'd describe it. Like you're fighting a losing battle.
And there are plenty of games that work that way, that aren't like you have to get to step 2 by this date, meaning the next game. Like I think it works in this way because it, again, let's say they do it for all of the single league comps. So the Prem starts up, I don't even remember what the date is, August
something, late August,
2018, I don't know, somewhere. And then it's like, all right, the first game week of, or even number of game weeks. So within the first 10 game weeks, you have to get to level 10, or excuse me, level 5 or level 3 or whatever it is. Make up the fucking numbers. I don't care. Sorry, I'm really swearing a lot today. But having to like start over, like I feel people just give up. Like I'm not buying more MLS cards because I'm like, man, I haven't gotten the streak yet. It's literally counter. Like you want me to like, oh, I'm on step 2. Let me buy some more cards for step 3. But knowing that my step 3 cards are good, are like I need them for 1 game week. And then I have to do it all again the next game. Like, I don't think people are buying cards for that, like in that manner for hot streaks.
No, I did. So for this midweek with MLS, for my best team, because I only have 1 D1, I actually was like, you know what? I don't want to go for the streak in my D1. Like I want to go for the D1 prize pool. Do you get what I'm saying? So like for my 2 D2s, I played 5 in-season cards as like a hedge. Okay, if I hit the streak, like $10, whatever. But like for my best team, because I thought my classic Evander was better than any of my in-season cards, like I'm going for the top prize rather than like the $10, the $10 threshold. I know you could technically win both, but you know what I'm saying? I couldn't if I'm using my Evander Classic. So yeah.
Germ said it's still an impressive streak if you're calling it each step of the way.
Yeah.
Seller said it's just not possible unless they make it so you have 5 weeks to hit above all the scorers. That could work. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Although it is possible because like people have done it.
Yeah, but it's just very hard. Like hard to the point where it's just like I'm not even like I don't want to go for it half the time.
It's just not like I feel like they're like marketing the wrong thing with streaks. That all we see is how much you get on each step, and it's like I'm not going out of my way to win $8,
right?
Which is like the first. Aren't the first 2 steps $8?
Like 5 and 5 or 3 and 5 or something.
3 and 5 for limited.
Like
because it's $5 and in 5 cash,
5 credits.
Yeah, it's like I'm not buying extra cards to possibly win $8 and 5 market credits over 2 weeks, back-to-back weeks, no less.
Yeah.
But if you were like I'm just looking at this right now, like this is what they say. There's no mention of the 5. When I hit 5, I'm eligible for whatever the prize pool is. Like, show me that. Show me why I should want to care about my streak.
Yeah, completely agree.
Am I on step 2 already? Game week streak 1, but I'm not.
I think the first one was 350. Yeah, you could be on the second there.
I think I'm on the second one, even though this doesn't say anything about it. But like, that's all I want. just show me that what I can win.
Show me the journey, like
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Germ said it could be hot streak bingo with 5 threshold targets. Can be hit in any order and get 10 game weeks from when the first is hit to complete the mission. I kind of love that idea. I think that's what Sellers was trying to say. Like, reach these 5 levels at any point to gain access to this prize, this somewhat exclusive prize pool of $20,000 or whatever it is. Streaks is a game mechanic set up to require you to continually buy cards. I would make the argument that the entire platform is a game mechanic to set you up to continually buy cards.
Definitely.
What are the confirmed leagues that are going to have a streak? There are none yet.
Do you know one thing I was gonna? Oh yeah, sorry. No worries.
Mike said, surely in that way, if you hit the highest score, you hit them all. No, I think if you hit the highest score, you hit the highest score, and then you have to hit lower ones after that. Zhao said, my feeling is trading is as usual. 2 examples, Kovacevic, I don't know who that is, signed by Norwich and almost tripled in price in 2 days. Nygren doubled the price.
Sporting keeper.
What's that?
He's the sporting keeper, or was, like.
Oh, yeah. Next year, those cards will be classics.
But they're classics now.
They're classics now, yeah.
They've always been, they've been classics since that last day of the season.
Right.
And those cards have moved since that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nygren news dropped a week ago or whatever.
Yeah, and Nygren's will never be an in-season. It's not like he has like a carryover for in-season. Like, it'll be over by the time they start. Actually, maybe he gets 1 game. Doesn't the SPFL start kind of early? Actually, Denmark starts super early, so it definitely won't.
Denmark's way before.
Kovacevic might get 1 or 2 in-season games.
Yeah, especially with the champ.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Like that's what I keep thinking about.
Like, will we see price move? Oh, well, we are going to. But like, whenever they release the prize pool, early July, whatever, a week and a half, 2 weeks, like, is Rafinha going to be $180? Like, if the classic stuff looks okay or whatever, like, is he £180 at that point? I know we're closer to the start of the season, so you could just say, like, that could just be the natural reason. But I think the more information we have on what prize pools are going to look like, the better the chances of all these classic cards being worth more, let's say. But like, let's say in season just doesn't look good for in season La Liga for whatever reason, because the streaks look super hard and like the actual amount at this, at the end of the game week's like 1,000 or whatever, not 3 or 2.5. Like, does Rafinha Classic increase in price? Like, like what Andres is saying, like, it's basically all on that, more so than like what classic looks like for a Rafinha. Because most of the time, if you're playing 4-on-1 in season, like 4 in season 1 classic, Rafinha's probably going to be top of the list most of the weeks, isn't he? So like, you're not buying him for classic, really. You're buying him for in season, realistically.
Yep.
Him specifically, Kimmich, whoever else. Name the big player, Hakimi.
Yeah. Rui said in season, you can't only have a Messi classic. You need 4 great in seasons. Without the 4 star players in season, that Messi doesn't have any impact. See, I would totally disagree. So the reason I disagree is because right now you need 4 great star players and an in season Messi. And in a month, I don't need an in season Messi. Like, and so I can still buy the 4 star players. I just don't have to buy 5 star in season cards.
Yeah.
That's a positive. Like,
yeah.
You'll never convince me that somehow it's better for us that we have to buy 5 in seasons versus 4 and have a classic.
For sure. Be interested though to know the price of like in season Messi and classic Messi in that, like, what the game week that you can play both. Like, I wonder what the actual difference is going to be between in season and classic at that point, especially for the big cards.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably just depends on like what you have in your gallery. Like, if you have a classic Evander, then maybe you buy the in-season Messi, like something like that. I don't know. I can't imagine people are buying in-season Messis in July anyway, but whatever.
Probably not, no.
Yeah, until they have some other thing that requires it. Yeah, so
now it's double. Like, Messi in season's £225 floor, and then you can buy one now off Basel for £197 actually. So, like, I wonder
Limited?
what that looks like. No, rare.
Oh my! I was like, oh my god, we are so bad. So $100 for a rare Messi classic.
£100, yeah.
Pounds, $140, 30.
Andrea says, if in season is unattractive, everything else is pretty doomed. I mean, yeah, I think, everything, 99% falls on in season, doesn't it? If they don't make in season attractive, then they're just, they're not making their yearly game like viable for people to want to get into, which is obviously a problem. Like, that's another mistake.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so speaking of these unattractive prize pools, I'm already getting bothered by the people who will inevitably compare like the Eredivisie prize pool to Challenger and be like, Challenger was so much bigger, because everyone did with MLS.
Yeah.
They were like, MLS should be higher, because when Challenger was, and it's like, you're talking about one league. Like, we're talking one league now. Like the champion prize pool from last year, the Challenger one, the contender one, like, well, contender, who knows? But like, these individual leagues will be much smaller. Like, maybe we win $1,000 from in-season Jupiler each week,
right?
Like first place.
Like, just as far as optics go, that will take a bit of getting used to, won't it? Because they're lower, but they're low. One of the, like, I don't want to give them an out, but like, it's lower because it's a single league, obviously, right? Not the whole of Challenger. Like, that's definitely valid, but it just doesn't help them enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't look great, does it? Not that they haven't lowered them for that reason. It's just the fact that it's a single league. It just gets less resources. Like, we get it, but it's still just the numbers don't look good. You know?
Yeah. I think ultimately they're in a really tough spot, and maybe they're in a tough spot because they put themselves there. But like, we're going to see these prize pools, and everyone's going to do the math, or the maths, if you will, of like totaling up all the individual leagues and then comparing it to Challenger or whatever it is. And they're going to be like, this is less. And Sorare will inevitably be like, hey, we're going to have specials like throughout the season, which will increase the prize pools, but obviously will make us buy more cards, like Neon Christmas. Like, they had competitions for those. That's cash that like you could use. I think the first one, you only needed one Neon Christmas. So it's like, but that's probably not in the announcement in early July. And so we're like, wow, the prize pools are so much less. And they're like, they internally are like, well, we have $25,000 saved for Neon Christmas, whatever. But we won't see it. And so there's inevitably going to be like people who are upset about how low the numbers are. And it's not because the numbers are low. It's just like they're incomplete.
Yeah.
And so we probably can't say like, oh no, but we're going to have, because like, I don't think they necessarily know them now. I don't know.
Just says they need Mbappe's to be 1.5 to 2K. Saka, Palmer, Kane, 1K. I mean,
is that what Harry Kane cost last year?
Was over 1,000, I'd say. Yeah.
Someone paid $1,600. So like they got down to $790, but in the 1,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
And that was I was going to say that was a single league comp, but obviously champ was also an option. So
the no champ stuff's going to suck, I think, if we don't get it. Like, I really hope we get champion season.
I agree with you, because I'm just not sure what happens. Like,
to Serie A.
Yeah. Just, play them. I don't even know where you would play them, because we don't know. There's no like in-season all-star that we know of, but I guess maybe they will have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think a lot hinges on the in-season prize pool, but I think a good portion of that, not the like streaks isn't in season, because it is, but like a lot hinges on the ease and the mechanics of the streaks. If they make them impossible, like if they just look exactly like the MLS ones, I think it's just like there's no way they're going to be the same price as last year. Yeah, I agree with what people are saying in the chat there.
Do you think it's like a huge negative if the streaks are the same as MLS, like how they work?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, yeah, the numbers and the way, like you said, how it doesn't, or it does reset. Sorry. Yeah, I think people are just gonna just be like, fuck. Like, if they've played MLS, they'll know how hard it is. Like, that's the issue. Like, some of us know how hard it is right now.
I think the issue is that Sorare, now that you can use a classic for streaks, it's almost like they have no idea like who's playing for streaks versus just like the regular comp,
everyone is
because like
basically.
because everybody is, which is kind of
good point.
like, it feels like it's one of those things that they say like, oh no, it's great because you're competing for streaks without having to do anything else.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, but also we're not winning this money, and like it's
Right,
so
we're doing that
about it.
but everyone could win it. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the prize pool with 4-on-1, like, nothing's changed. If all that's changed is like they're going to be putting a certain amount of the prize pool into streaks, obviously. So it's like, yeah, if you're going to hide it, fine, but like, don't make it impossible. You know?
Yeah, I wonder like how much they think the one classic card like changes it for everyone.
I don't think it does.
It doesn't for me, but
no, like, even in MLS for me, like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's fun. The fact that I don't have to worry about the extra, like, it's fine, but it doesn't mean, like, I still don't think I'll hit the 5. I've got like every good classic card apart from Messi, basically.
Yeah.
In MLS, like, I've got a combination right now, like a really solid rare MLS gallery, and I still don't think I'll hit the 5 by the end of the, when that tournament is. And I'm trying to, but like I'm trying, but it's fucking hard.
It's hard, yeah. Cooper says, is it possible they don't announce the prize pools until they see how well the condom wrapper cards sell? I'm assuming that means someone mentioned Sorare should base their prize pool on how much revenue they make on selling cards. So like they'll never do that publicly.
No.
Like never.
No.
Private companies have no reason to like publicly show how much money they make. And obviously Sorare's in a different spot because all of it's public. Like we know. So yeah, Jack, not only have they, well, the only thing they've said about divisions is that they're staying.
Yeah, for rare and limited.
And maybe they come to All-Star?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Seems that way.
Don't overestimate people's ability to think rationally. Does it mean they're not rational or irrational?
Yeah.
I think that's right. Robert said, structuring hot streaks like select your target comp could be fun. Imagine you would choose every week without a reset what threshold you aim for, depending how confident you are in the lineup. This would make it possible to hit the biggest threshold without having to complete the 4 previous ones. So you could actually benefit if you have a great matchup. That almost seems like it's too easy to win.
I don't know, because the high score is still quite high. Like the one in MLS, like 475 or something. Like, you've got to have a nut match. Like, you've got to have everything, all your ducks in a row for that to come in. Like, even if I had everyone at home in MLS and, I think I've got a clean sheet locked in, my captain's going to bring in 90. Like, it still takes some doing. Like, I do like that mechanic. I think it's quite interesting.
Given like given the rewards at each level, like, do you ever pick anything but the top?
Depends if there's like the carrot, like you said, about like there's a special comp if you hit it hit 3 different streaks or 5 different streaks in 10 weeks or whatever. Play it safe, hit the low one every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends how you want to play. I think there's a bit of strategy in there.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Bayern stack throughout the season would hit it at least 10 times.
The top one. 475. Yeah, probably with collection bonus and stuff. It's a lot of points. Well, 170 from your captain, 300 from the rest. Nah. Like, if Kimmich scores 100, it's 170 basically. With like 20%, XP.
What's
and whatever.
The highest level, points wise? 475.
475, I think. 470 something.
I don't know how many times a Bayern stack scored that. What is it? Just Neuer, some defender, probably.
Elise Kimmich was like scoring 100.
Elise Kimmich, Kane. Yeah. Is Kane even in it?
Maybe. Depends if you want him on. Well, Musiala's a mid as well. So yeah, you probably have to go Kane. To be honest.
Do you think that there's any chance they do streaks in Classic?
For
Like, what if for like an exclusive comp?
I think it'd be a nice little thing. Like, because remember when they did that classic comp for the 6, they gave away cash basically for
The
classic
50
cards that
grand to
one
tell
week.
it to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it was like, you have
How
no
good classic is.
you shut up now for the rest of the season. Like, that's literally how they did. If they said, okay, there's 3 or 4 of those out the season, you've got 10 games to hit 5 streaks in 10 or whatever. Like, yeah, 30 games in a season. Every 10 block, you need to hit like 5 streaks. Let's just call it whatever. Like you said, half, but it doesn't reset or whatever. And there's a special comp at the end of every 10 games in Classic for pure cash. That makes Classic a little bit cooler, doesn't it?
What about for market credits?
No, fuck that. But like, fuck that would. I mean, like that costs them. Let's just say the prize pool for Rare is like 50 grand. Like that's 150 grand throughout the season. Like if they do it 3 times. I know limited and whatever else, but like.
Yep. Remember, it's SO7.
Like, yeah, SO7 as well. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, but if it is what it is, if it is what it is, then.
Like, would that get you to buy classic cards?
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
Maybe that's why they don't do it. They don't want people to buy classic cards.
They don't want classic, yeah. Well, they'll do like a 10% market fee or something, and then bring it in probably, won't they?
The number of people that I've seen that are like, they should just make the market fee 10 or 15%, and it's fine. And I'm like, you people would absolutely freak out if they did that.
I still remember the kind of the day they did that. Like even just put there was like nothing to 5, wasn't it, or something? And I kind of still remember the time. People, I can't remember if people went crazy over that.
They went crazy.
They did, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely went crazy.
Right. Sounds about right.
And now we don't even think about it.
Yeah, no. Well, not all cards have it though. Weirdly,
true.
Yeah. Not all cards have it, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're still in limbo, aren't we? That's the just annoying thing about right now. We're fucking still in limbo. We're going to be in limbo for a couple of weeks, so it's like one of them where you go, okay, like trading is a risk, but like for me, well, buying's it's all risky, but for me, the things I'm doing right now is like I'm topping up on some of the cards I already have, like 5% on, and just like buying 2 or 3 of them for the season, like just in case they become good. Like I bought a Tom Luche who plays for Nice. I have his in season card at 5%. I bought 2 more for like 85 pence each in season rare. Obviously not in season, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. I'll have 5% on him. Like if he becomes good at some point, like usable, I have 3 for that given weekend type of thing. And even all, like if I sell him for £5 before the start of the season, not saying that could happen, but if it does, like 5x my money there. But I don't think I'd probably do that.
Tom said, I still like the guaranteed prize pool that got split between everyone that hit it. It feels like they tried that for 2 weeks before scrapping it. Was it really that bad for Sorare? And Don said, I think that did move the needle for a lot of people, like payouts of a couple dollars. Didn't they do that with a common game?
What was it?
So they were like, here's
like a threshold between everyone.
Yeah.
They did do it for a common game. Yeah,
they did it. Yeah. So, but it was wasn't it only common?
Yeah, it might have been like a midweek European thing.
And like Bayern won like 10-0 and everybody had Bayern, and like
I think I won like $4 or something.
Yeah, that's why nobody won anything. But like I think that's how it would work. Like I think that's the best way to do thresholds. Really? Here's the amount, beat this score, everybody who beats it
gets it.
Mm-hmm. They did it for all scarcities too, though. Okay. I remember one of the game weeks was like absurdly high scoring, and that's why everyone right. But like that's going to happen. They're going to be they're high scoring game weeks. You win less, but on the weeks that are not high scoring, and you have a high score, then you win more.
That was it. Had to hit 350, and we got £2. I'm pretty sure that was the target.
Right. So just change the targets a little bit, and people make more.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper said, I like most people want Arena for classic cards to be amazing. I'm guessing Sorare wants it to be a success too, but surely they don't want it to be so good that people don't buy in-season cards. Yeah, I think they want it to be so good that people are happy with their classic cards and can play them there.
Mm-hmm. But not too good to where you're buying classics over in-season.
Yeah.
It's a really tough fucking thing to do.
Sean was asking when cards have market fees. I believe it's only for licensed teams, and even then it's not all licensed teams. I'm pretty sure J League doesn't allow it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anion said, I think it would be smart of them to renegotiate the contracts to keep all of the trading fees and then make classic cards very good again. Easy sustainability with the amount of cards now, I guess. It's not so easy to talk to your license partners and be like, hey, you know that fee that we pay you? We're not paying it anymore. We're going to keep it.
Because like I say if I sell this Fernando Marcel, yeah, he's a 2019 Leon card. I pay a fee.
Yeah, because Leon is licensed.
Right, but like their old cards still get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you buy that card the other day for Turkey, right?
1 of 100, yeah.
Ooh, didn't see that.
Yeah.
And you said there was a common match day where people won $30 because all the big teams failed.
Oh, wow.
What about a month classic competition that gives cash to the best top 5 teams? I mean, I'm not going into a month-long competition for top 5, having to win top 5.
Oh, the monthly competitions that they have proposed didn't have cash in them at all. It seemed like it was like a Jersey VIP thing.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a
kind of things that happen every year.
Yeah,
Money can't buy, if you will.
Yeah.
Is card ceiling going to do anything for classic cards? I don't know.
I mean,
it does in MLB, but who knows?
I'd like to think so. Like I'm expecting, I've got 719 rare cards. I'm expecting at least half are going into that ceiling day.
I saw that yesterday. It may have been today. So I bought a card earlier this week, and then I won one yesterday that got me to 502 rare cards. And I was like, man, this is so much. I had no idea you had more rare cards than me.
I don't know how I have that many. I mean, a couple of little collections, lots of MLS. I genuinely don't even know who like half of them are.
How many limiteds and super rares do you have?
No, well, limiteds I've got like 54, but that's my actual gallery, which is just MLS in seasons, probably 20.
Yeah.
Super rares I have 168. But I've like never really stopped buying super rares really because I was playing in season Chal and MLS. But yeah, rares I couldn't even tell like 700. Like
that's crazy. I had no idea.
Like I remember all my old cards, but like the ones in the middle, like I don't even kind of know what they are. If that makes sense.
You know exactly what you're saying.
My oldest card is Diogo Costa, and I remember when I bought him because it was after the Vinny Souza stuff. Like then Enzo, Jesus Ferreira, Vinny, I won him 2 years ago apparently, and then after that, it's like what happened? Like, are the pages smaller now? Like because like they used to fit like 25 cards or whatever. I'm sure they still do. I have the Urawa collection, but that's still far back.
Like I'm just gonna pull up mine. Like if you I have 13 pages of cards apparently. Like if we just go to like number 7, like what's even in here? So the Midtjylland collection last year.
Okay.
Oh, Madsen.
Oh,
there's the Haspos.
There they are, the victory lap. So like in the last year, I've bought 13 pages of cards, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
Like according to this. Yeah. Yeah.
This Keaton Parks is the first card I ever bought.
Wow. Big head.
Yep.
I didn't realize you bought a Saka in the end.
I did.
Wow. Did you get it off Pug?
No.
Nice.
He didn't want to sell for a reasonable price.
Fair.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, that may be the truth, but I believe his had 0%. And I was like, I can't.
Got you. Well, Arena.
I might make an offer. I feel like I don't feel like I ever get good, like reasonable deals with him.
Yeah. Does feel like the case.
I'll just put it that way. But yes, I got Saka. And that card is like, I was like, I think that's too cheap. And
well, was it up for that?
No.
Oh, right.
But I also am not sure I'm going to sell that card.
Fair.
It could double in price and I'll be like,
nah, keep him.
I always like Saka.
Saka's fun.
Yeah. You know, he's U23. Maybe I'll start playing that. Fill in for Jude over the next 5 months.
He's the Jude replacement. He's replacement for the replacement.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty fun. Midfield, yeah.
How affected trade will be without Sorare data? I don't know. I think that if for the type of trading that I was thinking of, and somebody referred to it as flipping earlier, which like flipping, I feel like is much more short term than I consider, but maybe not. I don't think it actually matters, but I think people who do like card for card trades, that like no Sorare is gonna be tough with that.
It's been extinct anyway with the bots. Never mind now. Like
that's true. Yeah, it almost doesn't even matter what the values are. You just send them to the bot and you find out how much more you need.
Yeah.
As they take every card out that you're sending and just add cash.
Yeah, we don't want any of your shit. Just give us cash, please.
I mean, I have a lot of cards that I will never use, and like just looking at some of my rewards, this Martin Lomsilic, Elias Ocampo. So I won this Lee J. June tier 4. Like I wasn't expecting anything, and I was like, Hoodwink, tell me something good about this guy. And he had never heard of him, and I'm like, that's
not a good sign. No, bad sign. Really bad.
I won a Kikuchi 5 years later.
I really hope that the ceiling stuff, like I don't want to see my cards here, if you know what I'm saying.
You won't.
Good. Okay.
Well, but let me hold on. You don't in MLB.
Got you. Okay. So like the 502, will it still say 502? Do you think? If you know what I mean? Like, does it still calculate the entire situation?
This is 178, it says, and then in the vault, yeah, it still shows the total.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, but
so like all of these cards don't show up in the gallery.
In the gallery, okay, yeah, I like how they've done that. That works.
Or the lineup builder, which is lovely.
Oh, we finally have a delete.
We finally have it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. With utility, technically.
Well, MLB does like daily contests for like vaulted cards.
Really?
They had the equivalent. Let me see if I can figure out an equivalent.
Was it the Jimmer thing you said with the $50?
Yeah, so it's the equivalent would be choose a player from your vault to score a goal today and win $50.
Wow, that's crazy. So you're incentivized to seal good cards of that. Not good, but fine cards that play and score goals.
Yep. And the nice thing is that you can seal the card, do the challenge, and if it doesn't hit, you can unseal it in a week.
In a week, okay. I thought it was a day. It's a week, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's a week.
Wow, okay. I don't know why I had the day in my head, but I'm sure I heard people say like you have to wait a day. I don't know.
There is a day thing, but I can't think of what it is.
Is it the thing where like you stack the players? You know that one?
Player
like
loyalty?
The old Fanakas, yeah.
I don't know.
What's Alex saying there?
Why did MLS card prices drop? Is it because players are starting to prepare for the EU season? For example, Moreno from Portland was like 15 2 weeks ago and is now 7. Wasn't that the hot streaks? Like people were going for the hot streak, like the last 2 weeks of hot streaks?
Yeah, I mean, Moreno hasn't done anything, has he? He hasn't played very well, I don't think, the last couple of games. I could be wrong, but he's been okay. But
oh wait, hold on. In season. Yeah, I'm guessing this is like, well, I mean, when May 23rd, it's a full month ago.
And that's the special vintage cards.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh, a lot of them are. Well, I mean, he was 26 and now he's 7.
I mean, it hasn't been as good. Not like, really. And they play away again tomorrow. Game week 88. Yeah.
I don't know. I love these best value. Spend $44, best value, and this one's 26.
Not in season though, Laird. Come on.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's it. Unsealing is a week, but can only unseal one a day.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you can only unseal one card per day. So you seal a card. Let's say you seal 5 cards.
Yeah.
They have to all be sealed for at least a week. And then after a week, you can unseal 1. Wow. And then a week and a day, 2. And then a week and 2 days, 3.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's what it is, yeah. Fries $6. Wow. So we're Josh late to the party, but I think no new mechanism or game mode can save the classic market now. Only thing that can revitalize it is significant user growth. I don't even like. I was gonna say I don't even care about the classic market. It's just being able to like use our classic cards for something great. But theoretically, that one leads to the other. So I don't know. So where Josh is a big market guy though, so who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens.
So who's your next buy then?
I've been trying to get Rafinha and maybe another Saka.
Another Saka?
Maybe. I don't know. It's weird because I'm looking more at the more expensive guys, which is funny because obviously the risk is there. Like, somebody was talking about what's the guy who was at Auxerre, Gaultier Hein or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So Metz got promoted, so he's a champ forward now. He smashed it Auxerre, smashed it Metz, and he was like $8 for the rare. And somebody was like, "This seems pretty good," and I was like, "It does. You're right." But like, how high can that really go?
Yeah, I mean, it depends if he turns into Big Gates and Perrin.
So he was another one that like, well, they played together too. But like, let's see, Heinz floor is $9.30. But, and this is what, maybe I will buy one. L5 of 65, L15 of 72.
That's insane.
So when you go to like this scouting section, I actually don't know if he shows up. Let's see. Position, like forwards. I bet he doesn't. L40. No, L15. I was right. Like here's Perrin at 65 for $17.45.
Kind of wild how good he was. Another one. It's almost like you should start a Patreon or something.
I tell you.
How good Moses Simon's going to Paris FC. Are they being promoted?
Wow. I don't know. Can I really not? Oh, here we go. To truly victory lap this one.
Oh, it was the Basel one, yeah.
Philip Sander was a reward that I got. I've never heard of him. And
why is his floor so high? Oh, yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was going to say. People are buying him, though.
Why are people buying him?
Yeah, he must have moved.
Whatever.
That's hilarious.
Philip Sander and $5 for Perrin.
That was one of your better buys, if not your best buy, I'd say, last year.
Yeah.
In season. Yeah, Auxerre were quite a fun team.
Mm-hmm.
They are going up to League One.
No, they were already in it.
Paris FC couldn't have been.
Oh, no. Paris FC. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Auxerre. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Chance Mbemba. Oh wow, Chancellor Mbemba. Sorry, he was at Marseille.
Rumored to be on his way to Russia. Why would you go to Russia from League One?
That's he must have the same agent as what's his name, the Jubal, the captain of Auxerre, has gone to Krasnodar.
Really?
I mean, this was not. Yeah. He's one of Andreas's boys.
Wow.
I mean, I've got his just because I had the in-season Auxerre boys. Like he was part of the crew, but yeah, he was the captain. He was really good. He scored 100 a couple of times last year.
I remember that.
I think he was just really good off set pieces, like just headers and stuff. But he's gone to Krasnodar. Yeah, weird. I don't know.
Dobsy said I paid less for the Hein Rare than I did for his limited.
That's funny.
Guaita is my risky one if he signs for a club who play in so rare terms. I mean, how much could that really go up?
I'm trying to think now. How many champ classic keepers do I need? Like, I think I have like 8 starting keepers right now.
I like went through this the other day. I have like 2.5.
Okay, yeah. So
I have Merit, and who knows what happens because I saw that Vanja might go to Napoli.
Right.
I have Merit, Burn Leno.
Yeah, Prem, nice, okay.
And that idiot from Lazio, Providel, who knows?
Who's like half dead.
Right. That's why I said 2.5.
Oh, yeah, fair. 1, 2, 3.
Paris FC have a lot of high scores, and their classic cards are priced as if they're going to be terrible, but sometimes newly promoted sides can surprise people. English Prem, not so much. I mean, that's what Auxerre did. They were promoted, and then that was my favorite part about Hein, is that they got promoted, and he's like, I'm going to stay down here.
Yeah, I prefer it down here. I want a stat pad. I've got 10.
And then got promoted again. Who did you say?
I've got 10 champ starting keepers.
I need to get some.
That's too many. Like a genuinely, like I'm counting Velez in that because I've had him for. Yeah, I've got an 11% Velez. I had a 3% on his Las Palmas collection that year. I paid £340 for him. Not proud.
Jeff said, I think they have the same agent as Gerson from Flamengo, who's going to represent it.
Interesting.
Paris FC have very rich owners and are looking to challenge. There we go.
Yeah, who are they owned by? Man City. I think it's the Man City connection. No,
oh, did they?
Because Vieira is or was manager. I'm sure.
Of Paris FC, really? Huh.
I'm sure they're part of the City Group thing.
City Football Group.
Yeah. Oh, Man City is Troyes. Oh. Huh. Who have I got that mixed up with then? Oh, Red Bull, is it? Yeah. Could be Red Bull. It is. It is Red Bull. I've got it wrong.
Red Bull with Paris FC?
Yeah. Magnus said it, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the lad says Troyes there.
Yeah.
Red Bull and is that Bahrain, don't you? Like the country?
Simon Terode is same in Germany. Got promoted to Bundesliga multiple times, only played there once, otherwise transferred back to Bundesliga too. I won him.
That's funny.
Towards like the end of it, not this past season, but the season before.
Yeah.
And his price absolutely tanked because they got promoted. And then he signed back with another team and it like quintupled after I sold.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I will always remember that. One of those stupid things you remember playing Sorare.
We remember too many stupid things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not bad.
I've actually never heard of him, genuinely.
Because you don't play enough. He went to Schalke. That's where he went.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I guess he's not that great now that I look at it. I think I won him like right here as like a tier 1. I was like,
course, yeah, one good game and then death.
As far back as we go.
Oh, have you got to move the? Oh, I don't know. Oh no, yeah. They don't want us to know how good he was.
Yeah. Maybe Basil will save us. I don't know how far his. Weird, isn't it?
Jude Terry.
E-R. Oh. There he is.
Agent Cooper said, pretty sure Andy Black pronounces Troyes as Troy.
Troy 100% does.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't go back far enough.
Where does Basel get all this data from? Sorare?
Mm-hmm. Just like Sorare. Well, Sorare data didn't get it from that. Yeah, the stuff they didn't get from Sorare, but yeah, Sorare have it. Savino was at Troyes then went on loan to Girona, then City bought him from Troyes. Dodgy dealings, yeah.
Yeah. He was at PSV as well, randomly. He has PSV cards.
Really?
Yeah, go have a look. He has the year that Xavi Simons was at PSV.
Is he just Savio? Yeah,
I think he's Savio on that card, yeah. Or maybe on the game. But I'm almost there. Yeah, there he is.
Huh.
I don't know. He didn't play a minute. Actually. Right, are you buying some uniques then?
Who's buying?
What's the multiple going to be? Come on. How good is it that I have a unique, potentially in-season challenger card effectively? No, sorry, Eredivisie. How much better is that for me? I'm going to assume I got a centre back. He's under 23, but he plays in the Eredivisie. Leo Grummel.
He went. Where is he?
Nakbrada.
Oh, yeah.
Plays in the
Yeah.
Where
was he before that? Croatia or Austria?
He was at Rapid Vienna a couple of years ago, and he's been at Schalke.
Yeah, I didn't know he was at. Maybe I did know. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like one of their best performing players.
Yeah, I think you get a 1% boost.
What? Come on. Surely at least 5%. Does that then mean that uniques are just 5% more expensive than super rares, right?
Yeah.
Well, his super went for £10 a couple of days ago, so I've spent 5x. So I need 5x back in potential returns. That's what is in season. There's 18 in season cards. 18 super rares.
How many uniques?
One. I've got the only one. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you'll have some next season. If.
Well, he'll have one.
Yeah, one more.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how aggressive they're going to be with that. I really don't.
Well, they've lost their whole unique fan base, then, haven't they? Probably.
They're not helping it. Andy Black confirms Troy's.
Love it.
Yeah, did you see Muslera is going to Argentina?
He's got his tracksuit on and everything. I saw the tracksuit. Yeah, fun. I mean, you're immortal in Argentina as a keeper, like as we know, with our boy. What's his name? Who's that boy? He's like
Bologna
now. Bologna, yeah. I think he's still going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's going again.
Yeah,
which is just amazing.
Yeah, and that what's his name? Jorge Brown, who I feel like everybody.
Oh yeah. Like Rosario's keeper.
He's been 43 for like 8 years.
He just doesn't age. Like he's just defied age. And yeah, he's the new. What's that guy? Brian Johnson, or whatever his name is. The biohacker guy.
Yeah.
The guy who spends like $9 million a year on himself. Mm-hmm. Brown just doesn't do anything apart from yerba mate, and he's just completely immortal. I really want to try yerba mate. I've still not done it. Like I need to buy my own kit. I might do that on Amazon now.
Oh yeah, did you see who else is back?
Go on. Oh yeah. Well, is it official?
I don't know.
It was like Portuguese promoted team or something, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fun. You've had that at Dan's for a long time.
I bought my rare from John Nellis.
Yeah, I remember he had that at Dan for years before you stole it off him.
Mm-hmm.
For probably $1,000. Let's be honest.
Let's look. Oh, I didn't even know you could do this. How about this? You go into the search. I searched Adon. Has my cards right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Moment of truth here. 756.325 ETH.
And how old was he? What would have you been then?
Probably only 33, 4.
Yeah, it would have been just after Atletico. Wait, I think it's his birthday today. Go back.
No way.
Yeah, look. Oh, is that? Oh no, that's just the birthday sign, isn't it? Like, I thought that was his birthday.
I mean, maybe it is.
Imagine if it's a Dan's birthday. That would be.
No, May 13th.
No, it's May.
Missed it. I'm pretty sure the deal I made for this card, the super rare, is one of the worst deals I ever made my entire time.
Who did you trade for him? Or was it no trade?
I mean,
it was a trade. Of course it was. Oh, who did you give up for this? I can't remember who you would have had. Gold, okay.
This is a jersey mint, which I reacquired, by the way.
That's hilarious.
This is a jersey mint. Like this must have been like days before they announced the collection game. I remember I gave that card. So I won gold. I won Richarlison. There's your boy Nozawa.
Yeah.
Who I bought like literally years earlier. There's the Brady I won.
Yeah.
And almost $500.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Oh no.
Onions.
They denied him already.
That is very
I should have sold for $3 when I got an offer on this card.
That's hilarious.
Trading with Pavel was never a good trade.
No, ever.
Are you going to get an in-season Ampadu now that he's not U23 eligible?
No, yeah. All these years I've been waiting to get one. I'd like a super rare just because I have like loads of super Wales cards, but I don't need him to be in season is the issue, really. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well he's going to score in the Prem. The other big thing is Leeds keeper is Welsh, and he has one super on the whole platform right now, and Professor Techers owns him. So if I can convince Techers to give me him, then maybe, but I might have to buy an in-season backup. I don't think he's going to be Leeds' first keeper, but Carl Darlow, but he played the last like 10 games for Leeds, like actually started them. So I don't know if he just becomes their number one now, but he literally has one super rare.
Newcastle card?
Yeah. And he has 7 rares, which is just amazing. Wow. Yeah.
Does anyone know if Techers is an actual professor? I don't know.
I don't think he is. Leeds are looking for a new keeper. That makes sense.
Pope link today. How about that?
Pope link to Leeds. Yeah, because Newcastle probably played Trafford, won't they, I think?
Did they get him yet?
I thought so. Could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was absurd.
It's game breaking.
It's the craziest streak ever. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, the streak was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 12 clean sheets in a row, but then he had 7 before that. 7 before that. But he had a gap where there was 2 that weren't, if that makes sense. So like in like 20 games, he had like 18 clean sheets.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then before that, he had another 7. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. You got any other trades you want to do?
No, I can't really think of anyone I want to buy right now. I almost bought that Rodri a few days ago, and I bottled in. Someone has subsequently bought it, so I don't know. I don't know whether I'm buying rares, super rares, unique. I don't know what's going on right now with me. Genuinely, like I couldn't tell you what my focus is. I'm honestly like just have no concept of what I want to do.
How about this? Meslier looking to go to Fenerbahce. That's a weird move.
Interesting.
So I was looking at this again. It was still up on my screen. Why do you think they use his Atletico Madrid picture? Like he played at Sporting for he has like 5 years of Sporting cards.
Yeah, that's weird. Really weird. Does that mean Sporting's going?
I don't know. The only thought I have, the 2 thoughts I have is his floor price one is that this picture, and it's also the rare I have, but I also have a Sporting, like my super rare is a Sporting one.
Mm-hmm. And it's newer.
Yeah. This is, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know. Is All-Star MLS going to be like a dead game week for the players that participate?
What do you mean by that?
I do know that like some will travel for a midweek game and then like not start the weekend because of the All-Star game.
Oh, All-Star. Sorry, like MLS All-Star. Yeah.
I don't know about. Did they do anything for the All-Star game last year? Like a competition? No, I doubt it.
I don't think so.
It's a weird game.
Yeah, it's pointless.
The skills comp is more interesting.
Skills comp is fun. No,
I don't know. Wrong by Kimmich. There we go. That's a wink. I wonder if Anyan just bought one.
I mean, I have one. I don't know if I need 2. I mean, everyone needs 2, I guess, but
it's like one of those players that it's probably better to have 2 than 1.
Yeah, if there's any player. Vanaken Super Rare, someone bought one yesterday for £80, and it was listed for that. Yeah. Floor's like 120 right now. The Lord himself.
That's like 3x of what I paid for my rare.
Mm-hmm. Should have got a super.
I thought about that.
If the spoiling license is gone, then the platform's truly dead.
They were gone they missed a season or 2.
Did they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely did. But they're back, so who knows?
Can't think what season that would have been now. But you are right, they definitely did miss.
Like I mean, let's just go back to our boy here. What's the easiest way to do this? I'm going to do it like this. So wasn't there, was there one in between here?
So
2022, 23, I guess not. 1920, 2021, 21, 22, 22, 20. Did they not have 23, 24?
Don't know. I think they would have, you know.
I don't know. Who else can we look for? 23, 24.
Like
That's the season I missed.
Goncalves, Pedro Goncalves.
Oh, yeah.
Or Diego Goncalves.
No, Pedro. You're right.
It is Pedro.
Yeah, he's been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they missed 23, 24.
Okay.
Which were the V cards. That's the only way I can describe them. It's
not honeycomb.
Like your Yamal.
Okay. Yeah, the V at the bottom. Yeah.
It's that year.
Got you. Hitchin Cooper when Malmo are signing George Campbell, apparently.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, they won him or something. My Malmo cards.
I need Swedish League coverage to get Christopher Olsen coverage back.
Oh, yeah. Chrissy Olsen. I don't know what to do. Let's just see what happens with this stupid thing. The
2 or 3 weeks left.
Well,
maybe.
I
mean, early July is literally next week.
Yeah.
So maybe 2 weeks we get all the details. And by all the details, I mean some details, because obviously we
not all. Come on.
Yeah, we don't get all of them.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be here when they come out. Thank you everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, and I feel really bad about it. But this stream was available to everybody thanks to MFL. If you are interested in MFL and see me talk about it, because I really love it. It's a football manager game. If you are interested in it, there is a link in the description of this video it's my referral code. There's also an MFL with Laird YouTube channel. You can check all the stuff out there. There's a big pack drop tomorrow, Wednesday, the 25th. I'm also hosting a live stream for that. But yes, you can go thank Play MFL for sponsoring this and allowing everybody to watch it right away. I'll be back tomorrow, obviously, with that. I don't know what the Sorare discussion will be tomorrow. Maybe the prize pool. It's not going to be the prize pool. No. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. And even if it's really hot, make sure you get outside even for a little bit.